Hey, good morning, everybody. May 16th, 2021. It is a beautiful day here in New York, Zone 7A. And today I'm going to be planting my sweet potato slips. I put a few slips already in the soil, some of the really tall ones. But these ones we've had growing in little glass containers on the window. And I see that some of the leaves are starting to dry up. So I think it's time to plant them. It's going to be nice and warm. We'll see how it goes. These are the Murasaki sweet potatoes. They're the purple type. And this one is still growing off of a potato. So I'm going to pull a couple of slips off of it and then I'll plant the rest of the potato. But yeah, so I'm going to put most of them in that bed. And then I have a container, a large whiskey barrel container over there that I'll put the rest of them in. And we'll just see how it goes. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dip the roots into a compost slurry and take some of my homemade compost, wet it into like a little bit of a kind of muddy, and dip the roots in it. A little tip I heard from Farmer Jesse over on the No-Till Growers site. Check out his YouTube channel. It's really very informational. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell and all that other stuff. So let me go get the compost and I'll be right back. Here's my main cooking compost pile, which is it's almost ready. I would say probably another month will be ready to go. I keep adding some stuff in here, so I should probably stop. I think I will stop. It's really warm. I have my hand in here now. I cut the grass yesterday and put some clippings in, so once those break down, I'll stir it around. This one is the current pile that's been cooking. As you can see, temperature is just around 100 degrees right now, so it's not bad. This one's about 100 also. And this is my pile from last year that I made in the fall. So I'm going to take some compost out of there and make the slurry. Alright, so took a little bit of compost, wet it down. Not sure if this is the type of slurry. I think basically what you're just doing is you're coating the roots with some good bacteria, good fungal stuff from the compost pile. Kind of give these guys a little head start maybe. Maybe what I'll do is I'll keep it a little mushy like this one for these three, and then I'll wet it down some more and see which ones do better. So pretty cool the way the slips come off of the potato, and then you could just kind of snap them off right about at the root, and then you have a nice sweet potato slip ready to plant. Pretty cool. All right, so this is the sweet potato bed, as well as a few leftover tomatoes. And I have a, what is that? That was a little tiny red potato that we had in the house. I think there was 2 of them, and that thing's really going nuts over there. So that's doing great. And then I have some zucchini here and a couple of leftover eggplants, which probably, well, we'll see. And then some more tomatoes. So yeah, I'm going to dig a little hole here. Get rid of these weeds. Take a slip. Pop them in the ground. Cover them up. That's it. So I'm putting these kind of close together because I have a lot. And we'll see how they do. First time growing sweet potatoes, or potatoes of any type. Actually, I grew some potatoes last year, but I didn't really get any. And I tried sweet potatoes 2 seasons ago and got like one little tiny tuber. So this is going to be hopefully more successful. There's a little wormy. You guys, you stay in there, and let's put this guy in there. One day I'm going to get a tripod or one of those selfie sticks so I can do this with two hands and have a steadier hand on the camera so you guys are not looking at the sky or the dirt. Anyway, I think I'll put maybe one more in here, maybe right over there where that sign is, and then I'll put the rest in the container. All right, so I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 small slips into this whiskey barrel container, which is probably too many, but you know, I don't really have any more places to put stuff inside the fence, and I don't think any animals are going to eat my sweet potatoes, but we'll see. Anyway, I have a couple of these really tall vines here that I put in a while ago. I put a little too early, but you know, the top growth is yellow, but bottom growth looks like it's dying off. We'll see. See if it vines out. If not, you know, 5 more 5 more slips is probably plenty. So yeah, so that's sweet potatoes are in. Everything else is looking pretty good, except for that baby Bubba okra. I planted really early and it just came up, but doesn't look too hot, so I direct sowed a few more seeds. You can see there's one here coming up, there's one over here coming up, so there's another one back here. So I'm hoping that this one will start. This variety I picked up based on the California gardening YouTube channel out there in, I think he's in San Diego, but I'm not sure. But he's got a really great channel too. I'll put the link for Farmer Jesse, and also for California gardening. Fig tree is starting to put on more growth, so I'm hoping that maybe this year we'll get a fig or 2. Would be nice. But just one would be cool. Anyway, these are the containers, which I have on a timer. They water about 7 in the morning, and then about 6 hours later they come on again. Peppers are doing okay. They're not growing very much, except for Mr. Jimmy Nardello over here. I got a couple of Jimmy Nardellos, but this one, if you can see, we have a little pepper forming. First pepper of the year. Plant is kind of small, so I probably should take that off, but I'm going to let it go, because I have another one here, and I probably have a couple more Jimmy Nardellos somewhere else. Everything else is doing pretty good. This is the pepperoncini, and it's starting to put on some new growth inside here, so that's good. That's a good sign. And all the other peppers are doing good. The ones that I purchased, the shishito and the pimon, Japanese pepper, are doing great inside the garden. And tomatoes, I actually took off some suckers the other day off of almost all of them. A few of the tomatoes are a little scraggly. I don't know why. I'm wondering if it's the nitrogen problem, because this last bed here, I think it might have had wood chips underneath it, and I probably didn't dig it out good enough. But you know, last year the tomatoes did okay. Just the squirrels were the problem. But over in this bed here, where the other sweet potatoes are, I planted a couple of extra tomatoes, and these guys are doing great. They're in pure compost, so I think that could be the reason. But I picked a couple of suckers out the other day. Still a couple of more. And I'm going to do a little mini Florida weave here for these two guys until they get up to there, and then I'll probably get a really tall pole to stake them on. Not sure of the variety of these tomatoes. These ones I didn't have labeled. And over there is the butternut squash that I saved from seeds last year. I purchased a butternut squash at the nursery, and I think we got 2 butternut squashes. So I saved the seeds from one of them and planted. Obviously I have too many right there. I have like, what, 7? But I'll thin them out later, or I'll just let them grow wild, maybe up the wall and over the wood pile. So this is good. This will be a nice experiment garden out in the open. And we'll see if the animals leave it alone. So that's about it for today, everybody, and hope you guys are all having a great spring. Seems like the weather's finally going to be warm here in New York for quite a while, so garlic is getting really tall. This garlic down here might have a problem. It seems like this year I have a really steep hill coming down, and when I have the watering on, maybe because there's a lot of water for the drip, it all comes down here. And this if I dig down maybe 3 inches, it's like wet. It's like a river. So I think those will probably rot. Although last year I had, in that third bed, I had garlic, and it was really wet over there, and we got a lot of really good garlic. So, oh, also I planted some more cucumbers here. So I put some more Space Master, China Jade, and Market More. I started seeds in the house because the ones that I had in the backyard I started directly, and they're kind of a little bit slow. So I figured I need cucumbers, so let me plant some here. So I stuck some over here among these alderman peas, which are doing not so good, but they're starting to go. Anyway, that's it for today. Catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody.